The International Maritime Organization is a specialized agency of the UN responsible for regulating shipping.
It is currently integrated by 172 member states and 3 associate members. It is the only UN agency whose headquarters are located in London.
From the 19th century onwards, there existed international regulations and treaties in order to improve sea safety. But it wasn't until the 1948 when IMO emerged together with the establishment of the United Nations.
Their main objective was to develop a permanent international body to create international regulations that are followed by all shipping nations. Improved safety in maritime operations is more effective if carried out at the international level rather than by individual countries acting unilaterally and without coordination.
It was first recognized as the IMCO, and it brought the regulation on safety of shipping into an international framework at the same time that the UN was being created. A previous international convention had been the Safety of Life at Sea Convention, adopted in 1914 after the Titanic disaster. It is in London because most financial institutions are located there. The legal system, corporate laws, and the general level of legal costs make London a more legally and cost-wise location. It is well positioned in terms of its time zone between the giant economies of the US and the East, and it has English as the main language.
IMO consists of an assembly, a council, and 5 main committees: the maritime safety, the marine environment protection, the legal, the technical cooperation, and the facilitation committees, and a number of supporting subcommittees.
The governing body of the IMO is the Assembly, which meets every 2 years. In between assembly sessions, a council acts as the governing body. The committees carry out the technical work. The Secretariat consists of 300 international civil servants headed by a Secretary General and elected for a 4-year term.
It has promoted the adoption of 50 conventions and protocols and adopted more than 1,000 codes and recommendations. IMO main concerns are safety of ships, maritime security of passengers and crews, prevent pollution, sustainable maritime transportation, and technical assistance. As part of the UN family, IMO claims to be actively working towards 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
All of these objectives are summarized in their slogan: safe, secure, and efficient shipping on clean oceans.
But the reality behind these utopian goals is...
The budget for the protection of human life at the ocean has decreased £883,000 from the last period. The budget for environmental awareness has also decreased in £212,000. And where does this budget come from? From member states, although the funding is much different from the rest of the UN agencies. It has Panama and Liberia in the head of its contribution list.
Panama and Liberia are flag of convenience states. Ship owners from other countries register their merchant ships in order to escape regulations as well as to reduce costs. Contradicting this, in 1970 they did not even have decision power in the IMO because of the lack of native representatives inside this organization. The organization on itself has not the resources necessary to collect all information. Where this feedback comes from is member states, trade unions, private companies, and most importantly, seafarers organizations and ship owners associations. FOC states are crucial because of the link they preserve with private merchant companies. They are extremely dependent on each other, therefore every law adopted in the organization where the member states do have a voice affect the enterprises which do not have this power, and it's on their own influence to influence these decisions.
Created using Powtoon.